back to my Empires Season 2 Week 20 recap. What's been happening on the server this week? Let's find out. Gemini Tay was able to recruit people into her religion, including B-Dubs and Ollie, whether they have the best intentions or not, with B-Dubs becoming the sun god itself. After adding a pathway to it, Impulse asks if he can add a raid farm for decoration by Dawn, which would be accepted on terms that she owns it and gets 50% of its profit. Giving rails to get started, it's all roleplay. Tell nobody. Sausage wasn't able to officially join until changing his chapel, which she would check on him, realizing a B-Dub's face on it, allowing him to get the same sunglasses. Yet B-Dubs mentioned someone in the church that didn't sleep at night, not even a bed. This needs to be investigated. Back at Dawn, it will be segmented into 3 sections: the buildings and stuff, the farms, then the castle. Scott witnesses a new building Chromia by Pearl and wants to make her his hat with it as reference to throw it all together. After collecting some artifacts from the museum, gives it to her in her own house, which is bigger than his own, yet lacks an interior. Appreciative she is, but tells about how when she was in the tavern, she heard voices, weird as only Owen stays there. On Empires, trade has worked for as long as time can tell, but with the arrival of hermits, they may run out, so a secret market must be put in place. Inside the Great Bridge is its location. Adding Deep Slate from his tower's entrance to the market, adds some stalls of his own, selling stuff like head, hats, and storage, but people need to know of this to get customers. So finds the most anti-law man himself, Joel, to sell his own contraband. This would also be the market's first trade. 4 diamonds for Scott Fedora. Joel will be putting in place a stand, and remember, he saw nothing. Being introduced to the market, Joel's main goal would be to potentially get Shelby's or even the sheriff's hat, yet unfortunately the latter will never be acquired. Having fixed the arena, what do people get when fighting? There would be a stone sword, bow, shield, 1 stake, an iron helmet, and 3 arrows. Who has the balls to fight a god? That would be Carfan, who unfortunately isn't able to beat Joel, not even with him losing a heart of damage. His head shall be placed below Hermes to show contestants who he's defeated. Who will be next? It is hoped to be Jimmy, who, if wins, will be called human. More would also have to be added to his shrine. Who knows how tall it will go before anything is added inside the ring. All of that would have been built before knowing of the Swift Sneak enchantment, which would have helped drastically, but time can only go forward, so he seeks a deep dark to get it. Many wardens and many chests later is able to acquire, leaving immediately after. This will help so much. Hopefully Sausage's dimension hopping days are over, as yesterday he didn't get any, but looking at his map he spoke too soon, seeing a panda named General who already knew him. Why not in his kingly outfit? And the reason you can't understand the sheep is that they are blood sheep, being told to never talk to them before being sent back to reality. At least he had 1 day of peace. Having met the sun god B-Dubs at Gem's church, being told how Gem and B-Dubs used to be enemies, shows him around giving sanctuary wings, but he has a complaint. The ruler has committed to 2 religions. The solution would be to tell Gem that he renounced his moon religion for the sunglasses, then to ask Pearl for forgiveness, as forgiveness is better than permission. To do this, chapel will be changed to look presentable when Gem arrives by Redstone genius B-Dubs. In the meantime, tell Shelby about X's assassination attempt on her, giving Eddie's crossbow to her just in case for self-defense. Coming back, chapel is ready, and so is B-Dubs in his new fit of a glowstone cloak. Being shown a mechanic on how the alternator machine works, it truly is great. So much so that B-Dubs will put in Sanctuary history books as the greatest redstoner ever, as well as being the sun god, of course. Getting the sunglasses is told how B-Dubs is making baby dad Joel a little mad, so goes to reassure and apologize to Joel how he'll always be on top of his list. Just don't tell any other gods that. As well, he collects gods like Pokemon cards, them coming to love him, but which can he love today? Ata Centipella, consensual and totally platonic baby daddy Joe, and the new Moss Sun Man. Honestly, we just have to be glad he can successfully negotiate it all without any death or destruction. To represent one of the gods, builds a sun where Sanctuary rises. False spots a new tower by her bridge. Did she build this while sleepwalking? There's a chest outside with her stuff in it, so maybe she did. But there's no memory of it just yet. Even while the game having glitch breaks, continues to build something opposite this tower, where she would look through fences at it, which is weird, as why would she break into something she made? But by trying to break it, gets electrified. How? It's wood. You know, let's just finish this another time, shall we? Wanting people to come to her saloon, puts a sign out by the hermit monstrosity, which would catch the attention of Jevon, who finds it cozy. Hope he enjoys his stay. However, the town needs decoration, so builds a large tree and adds water under a bridge. Just ignore how she threw a potion out of amnesia at Pip, shall we? For solidarity, Scar has a surprise for him. A brand new Wild West themed villager trading hall, which looks just as amazing. Everything looks so good. Plus 10 points to get deputy badge and LSO, which could be used to kill for it. Seeing Joel's signs of wanting a duel in the arena, accepts it as have beaten in law, so will beat again in combat to not be called a toy again, once and for all. Unfortunately, this will be a lost battle with Joel only taking 1 heart of damage. To rebuild ego, adds 4 layers to Creeper Farm, so he actually has gunpowder for people to have due to complaints of there being none and having to go to Joey's. So setting down more anvils to the rail and adding a donation box sets up to do the monstrosity of Hermitopia. We're apparently being told by Green that he's banned from, as they can make a better gunpowder farm in 5 minutes in being here. Jim will make sure that they don't get big as strong, but good look hard in the mirror first would be mandatory. Whip also joined the sunglasses trend, while also trying to barter for some logs from B-Dubs with Sausage, who isn't really too knowledgeable on the topic. In the end, getting a deal of a shulk of wood for a stack of copper, a stack of any stone, and an IOU from both him and Tango. This wouldn't go down too well with Tango, as this being bad news in Whip's terms, but at least he has good news of goblin earwings, right? But while on stream, Whip was able to acquire the sheriff badge by killing Jimmy on stream, which would be put in the sheriff cage for now. Buildings are built through facades, a farm and smokestacks on the mountain to prove that it is his, before going on to get 3 ancient debris from his gem tunnel to create his sword to Netherite, then to a club with some goblin wonk. Pixlriffs would go out with Jevon to the deep dark to recover echo shards for recovery compass to complete his ancient city exhibit in the museum. Going in there was already Wool, having Pix gone here before to get the Swift sneak book. In the end, he's able to get 19 shards, 13 from Jevon and 6 himself, with some books and a skeleton skull included. An incredible day indeed. About to put the compass in the museum, realises that all the deep dark exhibit is gone. Same with the deep slate emerald ore, which makes him feel weak, killing on the inside before waking up in bed. What a weird dream that was. So makes the compass for the museum, not recollecting previous expense. But Dev in the ancient capital doesn't remember that at all. But the deep slate emerald ore is missing, which would be the worst crime imaginable. But who would do it? Having his new lore compass leading exclusively to the deep slate emerald follows it to Chromia. Knew it. Needing to talk to Scott as it's pointing directly at his house, accusing him of having it inside or on him. Raiding the house insert. Potentially it's just a faulty compass. It's off the hook for now, even though the compass still points to the house. A theory would emerge and be discussed to den with Sausage about the science of dreams and logging out. How Sausage's case is peculiar. How do they know of dreams if in Minecraft you don't dream? How would logging off just be a longer form of sleep, unconscious, yet still open to the influences of the world, as of unconsciousness is sleep? And you know who promotes sleep and made a religion over it? Gem. She may be the one, the dimension hopper, tapping into the power of the unconscious mind. This shall be investigated, as the unconscious mind can't be switched off. From it, they learn of roleplay, which is what she does to be a princess, elf, and human at different times, which is a secret. No throne of lies at all. Beating the toy, this will be Joel's second win. No wonder hermits are scared of him. At least the video has purpose. Because of this loss on the toy, determines him to get wither skulls for a wither star for a beacon, to mine as many resources to build a giant statue of himself over Tumbletown wallpaper. Lightning in one hand, sprinkling sheriff toys in the other, like the sprinkling salt meme. This would come to amusement of Sausage, who suggests this should be done with all Empire members around the wallpaper. Stealing Ollie's loot from another successful duel, builds another trading hall building in the Lore City to be more efficient and to get even more than his several stacks of quartz in an hour. Joy would be going on a quest to the end to get wings for his crewmates X and Cleo, looting 3 elytras, many diamond tools and gear, plus a dragon head from 4 ships alone. But before being able to give them, they assassinate him with the help of Shelby? What are they doing? Did Shelby convince them to do this? But no, it was the other way round. They will rue the day. A truce between Shelby and Joey is broken, telling how he knows a secret and how he'll tell the academy about where she lives. good luck. This action of crewmates have actually made him respect them even more, getting their wings prioritised as they were able to get some beforehand. But what is a hermit shire? Potentially hermits would be interested. So, in a deal before leaving, he gets Reginald. They grow up so fast. Still needing protection himself, gets a hook with a holographic shield from Gator, then creating the secret bunker under his storage chest in the case of ever raiding, accessible by the shulker in the corner. While building her new warehouse by the dock, Gem is interrogated by Sausage and Pix, revealing her secret while trapped between lanterns, which humbles Pix, but Sausage is still completely insane. Being able to finish what she was doing and making a pathway to it, wants to make use of a corner turret by making it into a crane, importing precious materials. This is also give a chance for her to display her exports as well. Being the self-sufficient one herself, builds Dawn's first ever ship anchored at the docks, which was worth the effort, with it making such a difference, especially with shaders on. Scott, replacing an ugly old building with a more refined one, goes on adventuring again to steal from those who have wronged him, which would be Joey, finding some head and his God of the Sea trident and claiming them as his own. Having his house been ransacked would be why these artifacts wouldn't be on display. So what would he do with them? How to get rid of them? Oh yeah, I know, the secret market. Lizzie would be the next to be trusted to know of its existence, being quite an avid buyer, getting a zombie head, Joey's trident and the artifacts for an entire stack of enchanting bottles and a tagged shulker box, which isn't cursed or means he's tagged or anything. Just remember, she was never here. Potentially, Whip could be the next to sell in the market, as after all, he has the sheriff badge, but not heard from him, alright? Jimmy will never know. Even if it is not technically underground, it is sneaky. Going back to Chromia, it is as if he has done nothing wrong at all, with no evidence towards it. Well, besides the shulker box and XP bottles. Thank you for watching my Empires Season 2 recap. Make sure to like and subscribe with the bell so you're notified on my next recaps. Maybe even leave a comment as well. Goodbye.